Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of From Behind My Chair. You guys already know the drill. If you're new here, I just tell stories from the salon. Welcome back subscribers, and I'm going to tell a story. Okay, so this story happened in the 90s. I'd say about mid-90s. And so I had this client. He was very good looking, bright blue eyes. He was a little on the short side, I'd say. He was probably about, I don't know, like 5'10", something like that. But had a really nice build, very muscular. And I'm telling you, those blue eyes were like just liquid blue, so beautiful. I'd see him every 4 weeks because I'd color his hair black every 4 weeks. I try to talk him out of black. I try to talk him into doing something like maybe a dark brown or something, but he insisted on black. So he kind of had, I'd say, a little bit of a kind of an Elvis vibe. He had this wicked, masculine, attractive face about him, just really very good looking. Anyway, been doing his hair for about a year. Had no idea what he did. Whenever we get on the subject of, like, you know, what he did for a living and stuff like that, because I knew he traveled a lot. So he would make comments about, like, oh, I got to be in Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow, or I need to be in Tennessee, or he was always on his way somewhere. And I never knew what he did. So this one day he tells me, I'm leaving to Atlanta, Georgia. I have a convention tomorrow. And I was like, oh, cool. What's a convention for? He goes, oh, it's just, I'm going to be taking photos and stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he's a photographer. I don't know. But he had these like wicked good looks. I'm like, I don't know. He's a good looking guy. He belongs in front of a camera rather than behind the camera. So with that said, I kind of thought I figured out what he did for a living. As I see him again 4 weeks later, he comes in, coloring his hair black. And we get on that subject again about what he does for a living. And he tells me, I know he travels a lot. And he tells me, I go to a lot of conventions and I film. I'm like, oh, I'm like you film, like you're a director, you work behind the camera in the movies. And no, I do not. Like, okay. So with that, I'm like, okay, he's not a photographer. And I see him again another 3 weeks later. And right now he's kind of baiting me. And so he tells me, well, Syndie, I've known you long enough. I can tell you what I do. Okay. He said, I'm an actor. And I was like, oh, cool. That's so cool. And he goes, yeah. He goes, as a matter of fact, I have a movie that's on what do you call it? Pay-per-view. I have a movie on pay-per-view this week. So if you want to see my work, you can buy the movie. Because in those days, I don't even know if there was HBO, but there was pay-per-view. We would pay for certain movies, like big ticket movies or whatever. You had to pay for them, and they would pop up on your TV. So he tells me, and I tell him, well, what is the movie? And he tells me, I don't know if I can say this. I guess I'm going to say it. It's been a long time. I'm going to say it. The name of his movie was Snatched Motors. Yeah. So I was like, what kind of, that's kind of a strange name. So I'm naive. I'm young, I'm young. And I'm like, what kind of movie is Snatched Motors? And he's like, Syndie, it's a porno. Like, what? I'm a porn star. I was like, oh. And then he goes, Syndie, don't tell anybody. My lips are sealed. I'm not telling a soul. So with that, I go to the back room to mix up more color for him. And while I'm back in the dispensary mixing up color, one of my coworkers is right beside me and she's mixing up color for her client. And I happened to say, guess what? My client is a porn star. And he has a movie on DirecTV or pay-per-view TV right now. You could buy his movie. And I said, but you got to, don't tell a soul. Just don't tell anybody because I'm not supposed to tell. So with that, I leave the dispensary and I start applying color. And he looks at me and he points at me through the mirror. And I'm like, what's up? And he goes like this to look around. And I'm like, oh, shit. The whole entire salon is looking at us. Literally, my clients in other chairs had their chairs like turned around so they could check him out. Like they were facing him. That was horrendous because he obviously knew. I told somebody, yes, I blabbered mouth. I told one person, and that one person probably told one person who told one person who told everybody. And at this point, the whole entire salon knows my client is a porn star and he's got a movie on pay-per-view right now. So needless to say, I didn't see him after that, which was really a bummer because he was super sweet. He was a super interesting guy. And I never saw him again. And actually, I never even saw the movie because, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's my story for today. And I have many stories of people in the adult entertainment industry. And this all happened when I was like young. I was so green, just like I was really dumb. I was really naive. So a lot of stuff, things just went whoop. I did not, and now I'm older, I'm wiser, but in those days, I did not process things like that very quickly. Anyway, that's my story, guys. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next week, all right? You guys have a great week. Thanks. Bye.